Nature is visceral, striking lightning as it pleases. There is no combustion, only emergence of what is visible to Kant. Kant can't. I can't seem to displace the illusion to make it whole. It is not feeling I am looking for, but what comes before, what binds blue skies together in worth. Stained glass windows tell stories, but they are only pieces of a song etched together in haunting that keeps me awake all night long. A law is as it was until it wasn't. Who says the windows mean anything? They give me no feeling. Only cages of piety and ring lights that focus on the eyes that diverts with time. Time is not essential. Not when a dream flume is involved. It is there where the story is told by disassociation. You are not the main character, but rather telling about them and how you know that 2 plus 2 equals 5 minus 1 plus 0, even when they intended it to equal 4. This is the way. Turn the cheek because it's you who molds the scene, but how? How? How does doorway open if it is made of brick? Do you hammer it open? No. Hammers aren't used for that. Hammers are used as hats, if that's what you said. Meaning is found in the chaos, and that's why it unravels. So let it all go. Don't miss the times when you didn't know. The feeling is still there, years later, hanging from the emergence of the deep, deep. Depart from knowing anything that you do. Nothing has something better planned for you. But the only reason I know this is because when anxiety creeps in, I go to sleep so I forget and alter the is. I can guarantee if you wake up and hear the ticking of the clock, you will open up a page in the book of Unity to find epoch. Reach to willow wax of your mind. No, don't mind the time. It is there in the deep, reaching in unseen spaces. Space. Space is Sinophen wherever you are, but you must float through hanging leaves of weeping willows. I am only the messenger. My story has been decided on nights where fingers forget they are typing on computers. Do you commute to work? Or are you just there standing in front of the door unsure of how you got to the place that makes you focus on everything you do not wish to, and yet the things you need to be focused on are driving, but you forget driving anyway? Why is that is how it works. Let it go. Forget until it is nothing and then somehow mold it into something tangible that you can hold and feel and understand in your humanely sense. And I know it doesn't make sense. None of this piece makes sense because it is mine. Do you think I write poetry to end up on a wall or to understand where the is comes from? Comprehension of the other is nothing more than a reflection of the self, what one chooses to be in a world that seems set, yet is always changing, like a bird that somehow didn't know how to fly and now can move out of the way swiftly when cars pass by. The car that you forgot you were driving, by the way. You focus too hard. I'm not focusing at all, and yet these words are somehow telling me what I saw that day. What I understood when life turned swiftly in such a way, way down into the deep, where a monster swim inside of me, and angels sip tea in my head, and my heart clings to cold vents and houses too expensive to rent. Yes, I know I do not expect you to understand when sage keys on a board click. It gives me dopamine in my head. But you do understand what I'm saying too, right? The vents turned cold because the house was too expensive to rent, and so you long for the day where you can go back to catch the feeling of warmth. But then you turn and embrace the cold anyway. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, don't fret. Maybe Schopenhauer is right, but did he choose to float or swim? And Anam Cara is nice, but remember there is no thinking twice. There is only once, and I think perhaps young Werther knew that, saw the limit and turned to dread, but perhaps he wasn't thinking clearly. He was only focusing on what needed to be in a position of what is. He was unable to dissociate himself to win, in a sense. Sense. There is no sense in trying to emerge once it needs, it is only dormant. But we fail to see it because we push it to the edge until it's gone. And by gone, I do not mean nothing. Because nothing wants to be something more. Dread is just blocking nothing to form. In dread, we bring about the thinking and thinking of things that never form because we don't give them the opportunity to form. Maybe not in our liking, but perhaps it would have been better than before. Before time stands, will has come to an end. And by end, I mean nothing that has an expectation. These are the thoughts in my head. I apologize. I must bore you with my dead ends. Never mind. It's all fine. I will start listening to the ticking of the clock now. It's time. And the 30 minutes I just lost, I don't really mind. I don't mind at all, and neither should you. But that's your call.